back to the Crystalina Perspective. So, oh my God, we have another video. Let me adjust y'all right. There we go. We have another video, and in this video today, I will be telling you guys all about my second semester. It's over. It ended. Woo. Actually, I am so excited that I am done with this semester. So if you're interested in hearing about my second semester of nursing school, stay tuned. While you're at it, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, like some videos, and comment too. You know you want to. Not only that, I try my best to be as authentic as I can, provide you guys with the best details about my online nursing program. So go ahead while you at it. Go on and hit that subscribe button. So I have my notebook right here, and we're gonna go on and get into this video so that it is not too long. So as you guys know, this semester I took a total of 5 courses. So I took I took a total of 4 courses. I took Child and Family Practicum, Child and Family, which was the regular OB Pediatrics course, and then I also took a nursing research course. I can't talk. And a older adult nursing course. So I took 4 courses this semester. If you guys are new to my channel, I am Crystal. I am in an online LPN to BSN program. My program is 100% online. So yeah, that's that. So yes, I took 4 classes this semester. As you guys already previously know, I passed my OB Pediatrics didactic course with a B, and that course was 8 weeks long. So we did 4 weeks of pediatrics, 4 weeks of OB. You guys can like go check those videos out. I did like a week by week of everything that we did in the OB pediatric course. So now I'm just going to tell you guys about the 8 weeks I spent in the older adult and the nursing research course. And to be honest with you guys, I'm going to do like a separate video on the entire clinical course, because that bad baby there, it was a whole ordeal, sis and bro. I'm just going to be honest with you. It was a whole situation. So let's start with nursing research. To be honest, this second 8 weeks, I really was not interested in either of these 2 courses that I took. And that's ironic, because I do research nursing. I am a research nurse. So when I'm going to work, I do research. But it's different when you're having to take a class on it and you're having to write discussions, write papers, do bibliographies. That type of deal is just, yeah. So the nursing research course basically talked about why we do nursing research, which we all know we do nursing research for evidence-based practice. We want to be able to prove why we're doing XYZ. We want to be able to show that it's evidence-based, that science says this is the best way to do this. For example, hand washing. A great example of that is with the pandemic. Hand washing has proven that it has been proven that you can decrease your chances of contracting the coronavirus if you wash your hands and if you social distance. That's just been what they have been proven with the research. So as they do more research, they'll be able to add additional things along with what you can do to protect yourself. So basically, that is what evidence-based practice is, proving the methods on why we do what we do. So that was that. That was like the first week we talked about evidence-based practice. The rest of the weeks, honestly, was basically like a battle between qualitative research and quantitative research. And you know, qualitative research is basically for your detail-oriented people like myself that love to give details, that, you know, can sit, can talk to you, can observe people, can take data from people, can put people in groups and pretty much ask people how they feel about things. That is the qualitative research. The quantitative research is the numbers, or this experiment is going to be controlled. So we are only going to have 10 people to do this. That's it. 5 of these people are going to do this. 5 of these people are going to do that. There is no happy medium. That's that. So the rest of the course was like a battle between the two. We did have like 2 assignments where we had to do like a comparison and a contrast against the two. And then a few weeks we spent like studying qualitative research, because there are like different factors inside of qualitative research. And then we studied quantitative research and different factors inside of quantitative research. And then we had to do like a bibliography. We had to basically judge the name of journal titles and determine if it was qualitative or quantitative. There wasn't a ton of there wasn't a ton of videos per se. Normally when you're in an online class, you're sitting, you're watching lectures, you're trying to take notes as quick as you can. It wasn't a lot of that. It was more readings, reading the chapter, or in my case, skimming the chapter, because sis don't have time to read an entire chapter. There is entirely too much work to get done. Just that's a nursing tip right there. Reading the chapters from cover to cover does nothing for you, just being honest. You need to get the meat and potatoes, move on. And if you need more in-depth information about a topic, then of course, you know, you can read, you can watch videos, that type of thing. So that was the research class, to be honest with y'all. Very boring. Nothing exciting about it. It was just that. Now, the older adult nursing course was, yeah. It was not a boring course, but it's just not a subject that I'm interested in. One, I am an LPN, so I've already had my share of working with the elderly population. I respect them. I am all for their wisdom and how wise they are, but y'all, I am not for working in the nursing and assisted livings. And if you work in a nursing home or an assisted living facility, I worship the ground you stand on, simply because that is a tough role. Those nurses have anywhere from 25 to 40 patients, depending on the facility. Yes, it's great money, but you know, once you get your mojo, it's, you know, whatever to nurses that work in that area. But with me, I get overwhelmed. And when I have too many things that I can't manage on one sheet of, like, if I can't manage it on one sheet of paper on the front side, and if I gotta flip it over and there's more patients on the back side, it's too much for me. I'm just gonna be honest. It's too overwhelming for me. And that is the beauty of nursing. You get to figure out what you like, what you don't like. I am not a geriatric nurse. I attempted to work in a nursing home for 3 months. 3 months, you heard me right. I was only there for 3 months. So this course was just, you know, a reiteration of things that I had already known. And it was just a review, to be honest. So basically the course started off with telling you about the gero competencies like AACN, which is the American Association of Council, the American Association Council for Nurses. Basically, they come up with these guidelines for all different disciplines and specialties. So long story short, they came out with all of this information on how you need to care for the elderly patient. What is the difference between a young adult, middle-aged adult, and an older adult? Because there are a ton of differences. How you assess the older adult, because the health assessment for the older adult is much more lengthy. And I mean, you know, for obvious reasons, everything is declining. You want to make sure that you're very observant when you're working with the elderly patient, because 1 minute grandma can be like, woo, and the next minute grandma can be like, ugh, and like she's going down, and we need to call the paramedics type deal to get her to the hospital. So the elderly can flip on you really quickly if you're not being very observant. So that first week, we basically studied that. And then like weeks 2 through 8, we did like scenarios and simulation type work. So we had 2 patients. One, her name was Miss Millie, and the other one was named Red Yoder. And guys, these are not like real life people that I physically saw. These were like simulation type people that my school made up, that we had like charts for. Miss Millie, she basically had some confusion, forgot to take her medication. Her daughter found her at home confused, took her to the ER. She had a bad UTI, which we know UTIs typically make the elderly population very, very confused. So yeah, that was that. Made her very, very confused, and we had to basically give her some fluids, give her some medications, give her some antibiotics, teach her about polypharmacy. So that was one of the things. We also had to like do different quizzes and discussions on like the age-related changes in the elderly population. So that was that. And then we had Red Yoder, who was a diabetic patient. He was walking too fast in the mall with his son. His toe developed a wound and it got infected. So that's how he ended up in the hospital, because, you know, any type of infection can almost, you know, can yield sepsis. So you want to be very cautious of that. You want to prevent sepsis from occurring. So that was, you know, 2 interesting scenarios. And then we also had to do a prioritization simulation in this course. So basically we had to rate these patients on if they needed to do home health care or go to the hospital. And once we decided where they needed to go, then we had to decide like, okay, these people, we know they're home health care. Who do we see first? And then these people are at the hospital. Who do we see first? So for example, one of the patients, she was a 75-year-old patient. Her husband said all of a sudden she started having hemiplegia, which basically means that she stopped being able to feel things on one side of her body. So okay, that's indication kind of for stroke. Not really 100% sure, but hey, we're gonna treat her as if she's having a stroke. So of course I did well on that simulation. I got a 100 on that. And then we also had to do like a Kaplan geriatrics test, which consisted of like 30 questions, and you had like 35 minutes to take it. So that was that. And then to end the older adult course, we took a comprehensive final over the entire 8 weeks. We were allowed to use our notes, which is new. Most of the classes, they don't allow us to use our notes, but I guess the pandemic, some teachers have been, you know, very forgiving. That's the word I'm going to say. Been very forgiving with what has been occurring, because they know that a lot of us are still working. A lot of us are still going to school. So you have that. So we basically had a 50-question test that we had 1 hour and 30 minutes to take. We could use our notes. I didn't need to use my notes that much, because thankfully it was stuff that I had remembered from what we studied, but I ended up making an 89 on it, and that didn't bring my grade down much at all. So I ended up passing the semester with 1 B, which was in my OB pediatrics course, and 2 A's in my nursing research course and in my older adult nursing course. So yeah, I am glad it's over. So what is next, guys? What is next is that I'll be taking a good, much needed 3-month break starting tomorrow, which is May 1st. So from May 1st until August, I will be out of school. But during that time, I will be doing NCLEX style questions, because this program, I will tell you, is very, very fast. So they tell us to do 50 to 75 NCLEX questions a week. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't had time, because you have to work, you have to take care of family, and those people that have children, you know, you got to do stuff with your children. It's a give and take. So it's been tough for me to do NCLEX questions. So I'm going to spend the next 3 months studying as if I was taking the NCLEX, but I'm going to break it down so that way I can kind of have a solid schedule, so that each month leading up to graduation, I'll at least be working on something. That's another question I've been getting. Graduation has been pushed back for me. I'm not scheduled to graduate until like December of next year. So that's that. I decided to sit out this summer. This was a very stressful spring semester with working with COVID, with doing school. I just need a mental break, you know, and it's okay. That is what you have to understand, is that if you need that mental break, take that mental break. I have some classmates in this first cohort with me that they will graduate next summer, but I won't, and that's okay. So yes, I won't start back classes until the fall. So in the fall, I'm doing like population health, a health administration course, which I'm excited about, because you guys know I have an undergrad in health administration, and then I have an MBA with a health administration emphasis. So I'm really excited about that. I'm also going to be doing mental health practicum and clinical. And like I said, I'm taking a population course. So I only have one clinical next semester, which would be mental health. Other than that, guys, that was my second semester. It's been a whirlwind. This semester, I did get a scholarship from the school. I did receive an academic scholarship, so I'm very excited about that. So I did want to tell you guys that if you are looking for money for school, there's money. You just have to apply. I didn't apply when I got admitted into the school because the deadline had passed, but you know, this time I made it my duty to apply, and I'm still applying for scholarships. So that is pretty much what's next. I will be doing a video on the clinical portion, because that portion is just something that I need to make a separate video for, just to be honest, because it's so much information and so much happened in clinical. So I will be coming to tell you about that. So it'll be like second semester part 2. And thank you guys so much for rocking with me. Thank you guys so much for being respectful and waiting until I could get everything done during these past 2 weeks. So until our next video, you guys please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. And until our next video, bye.